All right, welcome, folks. I am doing kind of live reactions to products that I find over time. So each morning I get an email from Product Hunt, and I find what I like, and then I'm coming back and racking them up. So it's kind of live. I'm exploring with you. So this one, Fix Me Bot, we're just going to do four today. Fix Me Bot is an AI-powered language assistant on Telegram. I'm really intrigued by the idea of messaging as a way of learning languages. I'm kind of surprised Duolingo doesn't do more of it. I think that in my experience, one of the most important things about languages is just learning how to use it in conversation. It's one thing to learn vocab, it's another to know the language. So before I came to Los Angeles, I knew Spanish pretty well, and at other times in my life, I've been more fluent, but I don't. I didn't know how to use it day to day as well as I do now. So I speak less Spanish, but I speak it better just because I use it in conversation. And I think tools like this are really interesting for, it'd be almost fun to say you have a conversation with a friend and you do it in English, it translate it into German for them and they respond in German and you see it in English. You can do these kind of fun things where you have a normal conversation with a friend, but you're each speaking different languages. It's almost like having a built-in interpreter. So I think it's super interesting. I don't know all of what it can do. It looks like it's like a chatbot more than anything, but even that, I like chatbots. I think this is fun, a fun way to kind of go back and forth with a language. It reminds me of how I use ChatGPT for programming, where I kind of send it something and I say, can you correct this? And it'll give me feedback. It's a really quick learning loop. So I'm excited to see this type of product. I think it's interesting on Telegram, kind of calms the privacy concerns. So let's see, Matisse beta. So I'm not a designer. I thought this was interesting because so often I'm working with designs and trying to figure out what looks good. And I mean, I've got a logo for this website. I'm trying to build out all kinds of other websites. And one of the challenges I have is just brainstorming what things look like. Since I have so little design experience, sometimes I don't even know what's possible. And I thought this was super interesting to like throw out a bunch of alternatives that I can pick from, almost like I scheduled time with the designer. They showed me some different takes. So this is interesting. I haven't really messed with it too much. I'm gonna go to the website with y'all and we can see how this works. I feel like Fix Me Bot was a little bit more obvious, and we'll see what this does. So there's a beta, multiple versions of the same design. So it looks like you maybe have to start with something. You add data? Why are we adding data to this? Oh, I mean, this is cool. This is not what I expected it to be. So it's basically like templating from Microsoft Word, but just a little different. That's okay. Interesting, but not quite what I was thinking of. But if someone makes what I'm thinking of, where you can like create a website and it'll generate 50 designs for you, that'd be awesome. Almost like in Dolly, when you can click remix, I want that for a website. Let me know if you build that. All right, Snapshots, a social network that allows friends to post directly on your profile. I mean, I think this is a terrible idea, but I think it's an interesting terrible idea. I think something I've learned in coming up with ideas is that bad ideas are useful, but not in the way we think, right? I don't think this is going to work, but it's kind of interesting to think about a social network where you're not the primary character. And I think that has utility to it. We'll see how it works. And I don't really know where this idea goes. I almost want to collect it. I wish we were still doing Obsidian and I'd throw it in here and see what I get connected to. But really fun, really interesting there. And then finally, Langsmith. So this one I think is the most promising. It's also from like a pretty big company. I think this is from Hugging Face, which is a huge, or LangChain, I guess. I don't know, big AI company. I think I always try to think about gold rushes, like who's selling shovels and picks. Pinecone is one you should check out. This is something you should check out as well. It is very difficult to deploy anything machine learning related. The data is huge, it's complicated, it's slow. I mean, it's a nightmare. You would expect it to be easy. And granted, it is easier. When I tried it 5 years ago, it was a lot harder than now, but this makes it even a whole lot easier. So really exciting to see tools like this coming out. And I'm just going to poke at the website. I only have a couple more minutes here. Ooh, yep, see, monitoring, that's a big deal. That's very difficult to do as well. So fun stuff. I think this is a really interesting product, and I'm going to look more into it.